The report on the radiolaria and the rich sedimentary deposits from the depths of the Marianas Trench were entrusted to Professor Ernest Haeckel of the University of Jena. Haeckel devoted himself for 10 full years to the vast riches of the Challenger radiolaria, seeking the characteristics that would define species and families within a welter of individual specimens. It was a monumental task. Slowly he arranged his specimens in chains of related forms and began to trace their ancestry and relationships. When he released his report in 1887, he had identified and luminously documented more than 3,000 new species. The radiolarian, like the sea god Proteus, seemed capable of assuming an inexhaustible variety of forms. After his decade of labor on the Challenger report, Haeckel began to travel incessantly to the Near East, Java, Ceylon. He collected specimens, wrote books of his travels, and remained a passionate painter of landscapes. As always, he was drawn to images of richness and profusion, to bizarre and involuted forms.
From my earliest youth, I have yielded to the inclination of my heart and studied incessantly one great book, nature. This greatest of all books has taught me to know the true God, the God of Spinoza and of Goethe.
Now Haeckel's lecture halls were like the temples of some new religion.
The unitary idea of God, which alone is compatible with our present knowledge of nature, can never recognize in God a personal being, or in other words, an individual of limited extension in space, or even of human form. God is everywhere. As Giordano Bruno has it, there is one spirit in all things, and no body is so small that it does not contain a part of the divine substance whereby it is animated.
Where Friedrich Nietzsche had seen in Darwin the loss of meaning and the death of God, Haeckel saw what today would be called a self-organizing universe. He believed that evolution led inexorably upward, not only to man, but beyond, in an endless refinement of structure. Ultimately, he came to see all of nature as a single unfolding work of art, and always he used the radiolaria as a touchstone, referring to them again and again as he described the formative forces that gave shape to life. His outspoken ideas thrust Haeckel into a storm of controversy and made him the target of attacks from the church and the academic establishment. For others, he was a symbol of enlightenment and free thought. Cast in the role of prophet, he became one. In books like The Wonders of Life and The Riddle of the Universe, he held that the world cannot be divided into the organic and the inorganic, or into matter and spirit. He spoke of the lives of crystals and the souls of cells.
I